teenagers for many, many decades have experienced challenges. It's not a fun, typically, it's not a fun stage of development. There are a lot of anxieties. And so when you go on social media, all of a sudden, all of those vulnerabilities become very public, they become permanent, they can spread very fast. It's very easy to see idealized images and start to compare yourself. Now, not all teens who see idealized images feel bad about themselves, but those with existing vulnerabilities, they really do. And that can really perpetuate feelings of anxiety and depression. And so there's definitely a relationship there between social media use and existing proclivities toward mental health challenges, and then actually seeing mental health challenges. And this seems particularly the case for girls, teen girls, when they're comparing themselves and engaging in that social comparison. And maybe it's looks, maybe it's popularity, maybe it's success in academics. There's just so much to compare yourself with online, and it's just always there. You never get a break, and it's very public.
Yeah, and of course it becomes incredibly difficult to control it the older the child gets. But you do strongly recommend trying to keep an eye on it as closely as you can, and what they're doing and seeing, and also trying to limit the time.
Yes,
which
so
can be a challenge.
it can be so hard. I mean,
Yeah.
it's so tricky when kids get older. They are becoming more autonomous and they want their privacy, and that's absolutely understandable. I think in the early teen years, parents have a really important role to play. I think of the analogy to learning how to swim. You don't just throw your kid into the deep end of the pool. They have some sort of flotation device. Sometimes you're holding them. And the same thing with social media. There are lots of software apps that you can install. Many of the settings on iPhones and Android phones have parental tools built in. And I really do encourage parents to learn about those and use them and talk to their children about them. And don't just install them and then use it to spy on your children, but use it as a form of a conversation to really to explain to them why it is you're concerned and what are the dangers, what are the fun things and the opportunities, but what's not so great. And I think that's really important. Then as teens get older, parents have less control over their children, but you can always have conversations. And I think conversations that you engage in a really open and curious way rather than a judgmental way are key.